Progressive People's Party, PPP, outdoors elected national officers.
Palm oil traders in Kofodia record low sales after reports of adulterated produce.
Sunday declared day of mourning in Russia after plane crashes in Sinai with no survivors. You're live on GBC24 and GTV. This is News Hour. My name is Shirley Annan.
And I'm Conrad Kakraba.
Straight to our first story. The Progressive People's Party has held its second national convention in Takoradi, the Western Regional Capital. Delegates from across the country converged on the Nat Hall to endorse elected officers of the party to lead the affairs of the party towards the 2016 general elections.
The founder and 2012 flag bearer of the party, Dr. Papa Kwesi Indum, reaffirmed the party's position that a competent and incorruptible leadership the country needs can only be found in the PPP.
We should tell all Ghanaians that you get what you vote for. If you don't vote for competent people, don't go and blame God. Let us all work from here on. Next year we will meet at another convention before the election, and we will talk to everybody and let them know that we are still standing and we will still be the only viable, only united, only credible political party that is always thinking about the improvement, the welfare, the prosperity, the peace and unity of all of Ghana. We are praying to God so that He will touch the hearts of Ghanaians, so that He will put something good in the minds of Ghanaians, so that come 2016, Ghanaians will choose to vote for competent and corruptible leadership. And that leadership will come from only one political party, and that is the Progressive People's Party. Party Papa.
Ghana is expected to enjoy electricity from the Kapal ship in the next 4 weeks. The ship, which has already sailed from Turkey, is expected to arrive in 3 weeks and will take a week to connect the ship to the national grid. The Minister for Power, Dr. Kwabena Donkor, said he said this at the media briefing on the sidelines of a sword-cutting ceremony to begin the construction of a new power substation at Dawa in Ningo Prampram.
We expect that all things being equal, in about 3 weeks, the barge should be in Ghana waters, and within that period we also expect that the civil and transmission works being undertaken here will be completed. When it finally berths here, it will take about a week to connect it to the transmission system. A team for Gridco was in Istanbul to check all their systems to ensure that there is alignment when it comes here. We believe the power barge, which is but one segment of our solution mix, is on the way, and we expect the second one to be here sometime by the middle of next year to bring the total contracted capacity of 450 into play.
Vice President Kwesi Mr. Arthur has celebrated Mayim with the people of Manyakrobo. He wished the people well while assuring that the government is not oblivious to their needs.
Many years ago, the Krobos celebrated the Yam Festival. This was during their stay at their ancestral home, Kloyom, the Krobo Mountain. However, in 1834, the Krobos, under the reign of King Odonko Azu, were driven out of the Kloyom after a power struggle between the people and their colonial masters. This led to a relocation to their present settlement in Manyakrobo. In 1939, the new Kono, Nene Azu Matekole, replaced the Yam Festival with the Mayim. or Millet Festival because yam was no longer in abundance. Though the people no longer cultivate millet on a large scale, they have maintained the tradition of annually celebrating the bumper harvest of Ma. This year's celebrations recount the past, focus on the present and future for Kroboland. The area has seen a facelift in infrastructure, ongoing road projects, schools, 2 CHIPS compounds and a nursing college among others. The government inaugurated the Gbong water project about a year ago, which has helped to solve the perennial water problems in parts of Accra and the eastern region. However, the indigenes are not benefiting from the project and appealed to the authorities to extend the project to the area. The Kono of the Manya traditional area, Nene Sakite II, criticized the level of corruption which has bedeviled the country.
Ghana ba plan noko ne sanu wa here ne ne lo hejio abomodi na sole kone anokwale yem lo na cheleken justice ne ibagana.
On behalf of the government, Vice President Kwesi Mensah-Arthur pledged to help address the concerns raised by the people.
Very soon, the people of the Maya Krobo traditional area will also begin to benefit from the water system from Gbong. We all admit that this past year has been challenging for our country. We have had to confront load shedding, depreciation of our currency, and major agitations on the labor front. But the government has worked hard on providing solutions, and we are achieving breakthrough.
The government later presented 15 crates of assorted drinks and 100,000 Ghana cedis to support the festival. This year's Mayem had the theme, Education and Self-Discipline, Tools for Development.
A sample survey conducted at the Central Market in Kofodia in the eastern region shows that patronage of palm oil has reduced drastically. GBC24 spoke to some market women who said their daily average sales of 500 cedis is down by 80%. They attribute this to reports of adulterated palm oil with an industrial dye called Sudan 4. The report says the industrial dye is used to give it a more reddish color.
Palm oil has many uses. In some instances, it serves as a raw material for the companies which produce soap and margarine. Hospitality industries also buy palm oil on a large scale for different types of dishes to serve their customers. And at home, palm oil is used to prepare many staple foods. Without a doubt, palm oil is one of the products that has a wide patronage. The recent detection of adulteration in palm oil with industrial dye called Sudan 4 has resulted in a reduction in the sale of palm oil in the markets. A 54-year-old oil seller, Obaya Echan, said she has been in the palm oil business for more than 3 decades and has heard nothing of that sort till recently. She said though she and her group do not add any chemical to their oil, their sales have reduced drastically. At about midday on the day of our visit, Madame Echan said she had barely sold 20 Ghana cedis worth of palm oil, although on a regular day she would have earned more than 10 times that amount. She appealed to the FDA to intervene quickly.
For the past 3 days, sales have been low. We are appealing to the FDA to properly investigate the problem.
Another palm oil seller, Naomi Ajina, said she is also facing the same problem. According to her, her daily sales of 500 Ghana cedis have dropped to less than 100 cedis. A customer, Juliet Nyako, says she has lost appetite for palm oil because she is unable to differentiate between pure palm oil and the adulterated one.
We can't risk buying the palm oil because we are not sure if it has the Sudan 4 chemical in it.
Earlier, GBC24 spoke to the Eastern Regional Head of the Food and Drugs Authority, Mr. Samuel Kwachi, to find out what is being done to check the adulterated palm oil in the region.
The problem now is that you can't just go and then start taking all the samples or all the oil palm on the markets or the various selling points, because you don't have the evidence as to whether it contains the dye or not. So we're starting by picking samples from various places and then identified places and then taking them to Accra for the analysis or the screening, and then based on the feedback from the lab, that is the lab results, we'll get we'll get a collaboration from the security agencies, police, and even some of you, the media, so that we can go and then confiscate these consignments or the bulk products out there, so that we could protect our people.
He urged the palm oil producers and sellers not to add any chemicals to the oil, cautioning that the FDA will deal with any culprits. Muslims have said prayers in Accra for the repose of the souls of departed pilgrims in the just-ended Hajj in the Holy Land of Saudi Arabia. There were 2 major incidents in Mecca, resulting in the deaths of hundreds of pilgrims. At the Abosokai Central Mosque, the chief imam, Sheikh Osman Nuhu Sharabutu, led the prayers to ask for Allah's mercy on the departed souls.
The prayers were specially said for the Ghanaian pilgrims who lost their lives and those who got missing in Mecca during a stampede at the 2015 Hajj. They recited the Holy Quran for the departed souls. The National Chief Imam, Sheikh Osman Nuhu Sharabutu, led the prayers. On behalf of the President, the Deputy Regional Minister, Ni Jangma Vanderpoy, extended condolence to the Muslim community, especially the bereaved families. He also urged all not to indulge in any violent acts to maintain the peace in the country. There were solidarity messages from the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission, Al-Sunnah wal Jama'ah, Majlis Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, and the Federation of Muslim Councils. The incident occurred during the final major rite in the Hajj, stoning the devil. 2 major fatal incidents occurred during the Hajj, giving it the highest death toll in 25 years.
A 50,000 cedi mosque built by a hospitality company, Linda Door Enterprises, has been inaugurated at Bonso Junction in the East Achim municipality of the Eastern region. The managing director of the company, Madam Doris Belinda Akofo, who inaugurated it, announced plans to put up a hotel to accommodate stranded passengers and drivers.
Linda Door Enterprises, which started operation in Koforidua, the Eastern Regional Capital, approximately 4 decades ago, extended its services to Asiakwa near Kibi before moving to Bunsu Junction when the Accra-Kumasi High Road was diverted. The relocation of the Linda Door rest stop at the Bunsu Junction was aimed at bringing its services closer to the doorstep of the traveling public, especially those who travel from Accra and Tema to places like Kumasi, Sunyani, and the 3 northern regions, as well as neighboring countries including Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. While the drivers stop at the point to rest, the passengers also take their meals at the restaurant. Realizing the number of Muslim passengers who use the stop to offer Islamic prayers to Allah, a mosque was put up here. And to commemorate the 10th anniversary of the Bunsu Highway rest stop, a new mosque worth about 50,000 Ghana cedis with a seating capacity of 60 was constructed by the Linda Door Enterprises Limited as a substitute to the old one. 2 Muslim travelers, Madam Sandalia Jibrin and Alaji Baba Kankani, spoke to GBC24 about the significance of the new mosque.
This mosque will give the Muslims who stop at Linda Door the opportunity to pray.
The managing director of the company, Madam Doris Belinda Akofo, who explained the rationale behind the project, announced other plans in the offing to give the place a facelift for the comfort of the traveling public.
You ran announced today, you improve your executive ones.
We are improving our facilities to meet the expectations of customers.
Hotels so and also akakra na ye boy by the same as the na ye boy hotel no so.
The Deputy Eastern Regional Chief Imam of the Orthodox Muslims, Alhaji Farouk Umar, led them in prayers.
The Ghana Armed Forces says it has not started recruiting personnel for the 2015-2016 intake, contrary to reports on social media. It says it has monitored a fake advertisement coined out of an earlier one in January 2015. The Ghana Armed Forces is therefore cautioning the general public to disregard the scam and not to fall prey to any fraudsters, while reminding all that it only advertises through the national dailies and the Ghana Armed Forces website. It says that it does not demand payment from persons to be recruited. The Ghana Armed Forces is asking the public to report anyone who approaches them purportedly to help with recruitment to the nearest military installation or police station. Staff and students of Wesley Grammar School in Accra have been educated on the need to pay their TV license. As part of the school's 60th anniversary, they invited GBC24 license team to take them through this civic responsibility. Some staff also took the opportunity to pay their TV license fees.
Still educating the public on the need to pay their TV license fee, the GBC team responsible for collection was at Wesley Grammar School in Dansuman. It is the first time the team has been to a school to educate both the teachers and the students on why they are obliged to pay their license fees. During the lecture, some of the teachers took the opportunity to pay their license fees. The Deputy Director of Finance and Head of TV License Unit, Pastor Ebenezer Butri, in an interview, urged the students to spread the news to their parents and friends.
We feel that the students or the youth are the this. It is our turn today. Next time it is their turn. This facility we are preaching or talking about, eventually they will have to come and man it. It's time. And every student also have a parent. I don't know how you feel if your parent is behind bars for non-payment of TV license.
The headmistress of the school, Mrs. Victoria Abai Japon, also said she was reluctant to pay the license fees when she heard about it. But after the education, she is fully ready to pay the TV license fees.
So listening to the lecture this afternoon, I think that as a good and patriotic citizen, every Ghanaian should try and pay the TV license fees.
One of the students, Priscilla Marble, said she will educate her entire family immediately she gets home.
Based on what I heard today, I think my parents haven't paid their TV license yet. So as we are going on midterms, I'll try to educate them about it and then tell them to go ahead and pay their TV license.
Some students took turns to ask more questions regarding the TV license fees.
Good Book says there's more blessing in giving than in receiving, and it is more heartwarming when this gesture comes from children. In the spirit of giving, pupils from Ridge Church School in Accra have presented assorted items to 3 institutions. This was at an event in Accra with the theme, Give Cheerfully.
Ridge Church School of Accra opened its doors in 1957 and for many years has carried out lots of benevolent activities, especially to the needy. At this year's event, pupils, staff and parents as well as representatives of selected beneficiary institutions came together to reflect on the benefits of giving, especially to the underprivileged. The Children's Department of the Ridge Hospital, the Mampong School for the Deaf and the Shelter for Abused Children, Osuakweje, were the beneficiary institutions this time. Items donated included provisions, foodstuff, material for school uniform, bed sheets, medications and medical items, among others. The headmistress of the Reach Church School, Mrs. Efua Dake, explained the objective of the event.
We want to give a holistic training to the children. So apart from being a mission school, we want to produce children who will go out to be of help to the society at large and then the families around. So any good thing that the society needs, these are some of the things. And I think Christian principles are very good for the society.
The beneficiary institutions were appreciative of the kind gesture from the school.
I feel very elated and appreciative for this massive show of love from the children of Richard School. We are most grateful today and their parents, and we ask for the Almighty's blessings to the families that have donated wonderfully to our school children.
This is not the first time. They are doing it every year, and it's really helping us, especially for those who are in need. So when they give it to us, we just keep them, and then those who need it comes, we just give them out. So we are happy, we are grateful. All that we are saying that we just thank them.
In the spirit of giving, the children contributed their might to support the beneficiary institutions.
You're still live on GBC24 and GTV. We have business coming up. Please stay with us. Total Petroleum Ghana Limited has launched a challenge christened the Startup of the Year contest. It is to identify, reward and support the best projects in enterprise creation or development. These projects should be less than 2 years old and executed by the youth. The overall winner will be coached and supported financially by Total Petroleum Ghana.
Total is a worldwide and global energy group and one of the first international oil and gas companies worldwide. It is the #1 distributor of oil products including petroleum, lubricants and bitumen on the continent. Total Petroleum Ghana Limited has worked in the Ghanaian oil marketing industry for the past 50 years with over 230 retail service stations across the country. Total also aims at unearthing talents in the youth across the world. Total's challenge, Startup of the Year, is part of the company's global initiative to support socio-economic development in all countries in which it operates. The Startup program is to support young entrepreneurs by giving them not only financial support but also customized coaching and a distinctive rewarding label. It is also another avenue to fuel the growth of entrepreneurship in Ghana. The challenge has also been launched in 34 other African countries. The French ambassador to Ghana, Francois Pojula, said the challenge adopts a quality-based approach to promote local content and the entrepreneurial drive of young business people within the age bracket of 18 and 35 years.
There are a lot of energy and dynamism in the young people, and we want to help people to go to more entrepreneurship. A jury will determine which are the 3 best projects, and they will win some. First of all, some money prize, that's one point, to help them to conduct their project to the end, but also some coaching. And we have partners who will coach those people to ensure that they succeed in their project.
The application process will start on November 1st, 2015 at 8 a.m. and will end on 31st January 2016 at 11 p.m. The brand ambassador, Stephen Appiah, also encouraged the youth to take up this opportunity to improve on their talents and business.
They should follow this laudable course. And we all know what is happening in our country. I mean, the youth is struggling to get a job, but I think through this, it's a great opportunity for them. If I was them, I would grab it, so they should grab it, and then we'll see what will happen.
Up next is My Journey.
My Journey, a reporter's diary of events from across the country, showing every Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. only on GBC24.
Hello, good evening and welcome to My Journey. My name is Amos Eko Kofi. Education is one of the major pillars to achieving success and for promoting growth in any country. Unfortunately, some rural areas in Ghana are cut off when it comes to quality education. On this week's edition of My Journey, we bring you a report by to Akuse Methodist Basic School in the Lower Manyakrobo constituency in the eastern region of Ghana. Akuse is a farming hub in the eastern part of the country. It is a rice-producing town. A hydroelectric dam which supports the Akusombo Dam is also sited here. Since 1982, the Kpom Akuse Hydroelectric Power Station has generated electricity for Akuse, Somanya, Odumase Krobo, Manyakponguno and Kpom. Despite Akuse's contributions to the national economy, education remains a major challenge here. On a visit to one of the oldest basic schools in the eastern region, the Akuse Methodist Basic School, it was evident that the school is beset with a number of challenges, making it difficult for both teachers and students to effectively teach and learn. The school has a student population of 445 with 19 teaching staff. The school structures have not seen rehabilitation for ages. There is also no place of convenience. The pupils in the primary school are forced to take shelter in the JHS blocks whenever it rains, though the JHS block also leaks. As if to stress the plight of the school to our team, it began raining just after GBC24's crew arrived at the school. For safety, the teachers had to keep students inactive for about 1 or 2 hours until the rain subsided. Despite their challenges, the acting headmistress of the school, Madame Mary Caesar, said the school for many years has performed well in the basic education certificate examination. She, however, appealed to the authorities and the government to come to their aid.
The building that we are using is not in good shape. It was built with a switch. So as I'm speaking now, we have so many cracks on the block, which can pose a danger to the life of the people. With the primary school, it's a pavilion building. Okay. So whenever it rains, we are compelled to move to the JHS for shelter.
According to the head prefect of the school, Theophilus Ameko, they don't have access to educational materials such as computers, science apparatus, among others, and find it difficult to understand the teacher.
When the government help us build our primary block and help us to bring back our science away.
Students and teachers of this once vibrant school are appealing to government authorities, stakeholders and past students of the school to come to their aid for the school to regain its former glory. That's it for my journey. Thanks for your time.
On the foreign front, a Russian airliner has crashed in central Sinai, killing all 224 people on board. Egyptian officials have said the Airbus A321 had just left the Red Sea resort of Sharm el-Sheikh, bound for the Russian city of St. Petersburg. Wreckage was found in the Hazana area and bodies removed along with the plane's black box. An official described the tragic scene with bodies of victims still strapped to seats. Russian President Vladimir Putin has announced Sunday a day of mourning, and he has ordered an official investigation into the crash and for rescue teams to be sent to the crash site. Egyptian officials said 214 of the passengers were Russian and 3 Ukrainian. In sports tonight, Premier League champions Ashgold last night picked 4 awards at the 2014-2015 Premier League Awards ceremony. The event took place at the La Palm Royal Beach Hotel in Accra. The GFAPLB Awards was instituted to reward and recognize players, officials and clubs who excelled in the league season. The night started with a presentation of the corporate awards. The First Capital Plus Bank, Super Sports and Baltic Mineral Water were recognized. The Best Behaved Supporting Group Award went to Ashgold. The match commissioner of the season accolade was given to Mr. Ashford Tete Oku. Mr. Ohene Ejeyi picked the PLB Cameraman of the Season. The Fair Play Team of the Season Award went to Midiama SC, with Kofi Owusu picking the Goal King Award after scoring 16 goals. The CEO of the Season Award went to Mr. Kujo Fianu of Ashgold. The Referee of the Season Award was given to FIFA referee Seydou Bomison, with Dawood Wadrago picking the Assistant Referee of the Season. For guiding Ashgold to win the league, Mr. Bashiru Hayford was adjudged the Coach of the Season. New Edibiasis Latif Anabila picked the Most Promising Player Award, while All-Stars Richard Ofori got the Goalkeeper of the Season Award. Inter-Allies defender Baba Mensah picked the Defender of the Season Award. The most prestigious prize of the night, the Footballer of the Season accolade, went to Ashgold's midfielder Eric Opoku.
Another round of applause for Eric Opoku. Congratulations for winning the Footballer of the Season.
The October edition of Accra Works Out, a monthly aerobic session, has taken place at the Accra Sports Stadium. Contestants of the 2015 Mr. Ghana competition turned up to take part. At the Accra Sports Stadium, venue for the fitness program, the 2015 Mr. Ghana competition contestants for the first time joined participants for the 3-hour non-stop session. Seasoned fitness instructors took participants through many drills to help them de-stress. Some participants said they have enjoyed the session.
It was really fun seeing a lot of people dedicating their time to fitness.
Exercise, it's not only aerobics or it's not only going to the gym, it's exercise. Every morning try to do something small, even walk or a jog, it's fine.
It's very tough. When you do it, sometimes when I come like this, my brother, before I get home, it's just like something has released from me.
A fantastic workout which should be organized, I think, every Saturday.
Advise all the viewers to watch and even come to the training.
The next session by Prime Media will be on the last Saturday of November this year.
5, 6, 7.
In a bid to bring in some balance between the spiritual and physical, the Global Evangelical Church has instituted an annual health walk exercise for its members. The moderator of the church, Right Reverend Dr. Edem Tete, noted that apart from taking care of the physical needs of members, the church would also address topical issues in Ghana's support to provide basic amenities to members of the communities in which the church has branches. The wife of the Vice President, Mrs. Matilda Emisa Arthur, took part in the maiden edition of the Health Walk. Some 20,000 members of the church also took part in the various churches across the country.
After some warming up, the Global Evangelical Church Maiden Health Walk began. Members and friends of the Global Evangelical Church walked briskly from the Independence Square through La General Hospital Junction, Dankwa Circle, Osu Oxford Street to the Osu Cemetery and to the stadium, and they finally headed back to the Independence Square. This walk was replicated by members of other presbyteries all over the country. There were some aerobics too. The moderator of the church, Right Reverend Dr. Edem Tete, said this maiden health walk has set the pace for subsequent annual events. During that period, the church would deliver its corporate social responsibility to society.
The health walk is being crowned with mammoth blood donation exercise to stock the depleting reserves of our hospitals. Subsequent years, the various presbyteries will be encouraged to identify pertinent challenges within their jurisdiction to address. For example, presbyteries could raise funds during health walks to provide basic amenities to their communities, make donations to the less privileged institutions like orphanages, prisons, and special schools.
He said exercising prolongs life, and this is what the church wants to pay attention to, in addition to spiritual growth. Theodora Medeto, GBC24, Accra.
Next is some arts news.
Traditional marriages have customs and traditions peculiar to a culture. One of such traditions is the role of the master of ceremonies, also known as Ochiame, at traditional marriages, or what most people call engagements. Formerly, these roles were played by family members or close associates. In recent times, however, the role of an Ochiame is played by one with skills, flair, and eloquence.
Marriage was originally instituted by the Creator God. He arranged the first marriage between the first human couple, Adam and Eve. Since then, the union between adult males and females have become part of humans. In many societies, marriages are either civil or traditional, depending on the preference of the couple. In traditional marriages, customs and tradition play a critical role depending on the culture of the people in a particular area. In Ghana, the ceremony, which most people refer to as engagement, has similarities that cut across most cultures or tribes. For example, knocking right, paying of the bride price, and presentation of the items on the engagement list are basic requirements in most traditional marriages. However, in recent times, the customs associated with the traditional marriage are changing. Since Western culture has influenced every aspect of society, some aspects of a typical traditional marriage has also changed. For example, in some cultures, a traditional marriage must have two spokespersons representing either parties. These spokespersons are known as Ochiame, an Akan name for a linguist. The linguist facilitates aspects of the ceremony that includes exchange of the bride price and other items required by the family of the couple. Previously, this role was played by a family member or a close friend of the family, but now that has changed. Anyone with a flair, eloquence, and a sense of humor can play Ochiame at traditional weddings. Some do it so well that they now have made it their business. They charge a fee for their services. Music also makes a difference in traditional weddings. The Ochiame's choice of music at the ceremony adds to his or her act. He or she must entertain the audience.
This one not serious, now one thing.
A couple is sure to have an interesting ceremony depending on how much they are willing to pay an Ochiame. Since it is a full-time business now, some charge between 100 Ghana cedis and 500 Ghana cedis for a ceremony. Others even charge more. Madame Florence Osabu has been in this business for the past 18 years.
Necessarily said they are grow de bibria counts and if it's casabia and yeno. A ma dear night is every beer or more shall realize this idea. okofro obi a onkofre obi okwakoye no bebre nya obe kan se nyakopon asem ka ho anase wo kan asem aida kwan so se wo kopenimfo enim.
Though most people who started playing Ochiame at traditional weddings did so purely because they had the flair, others are undergoing some training now to acquire the art with the hope of becoming experts and to earn a living.
The first ever graduation ceremony of Lisco Taylor Academy has taken place in Accra. Exclusive designs were showcased during the event.
I need a man to rock my body. I can see you. Hey, this I should be trying. I be strong, I'll try you. I will.
The ceremony saw a glamorous fashion show with dresses designed by the graduates. A musician, Riala, gave a great performance to entertain the audience.
I wanna feel the heat, feel the soul. You make me dance, yeah, all night long.
13 graduates passed out of the Vlisco Taylor Academy, which started in August 2014. The managing director of Vlisco, Mr. Kofi Boateng, gave reasons for the establishment of the academy.
Our social and economic conditions make most African dreams remain just a dream. The position of women in this respect is worse. That is why we at Vlisco have made it part of our company purpose to facilitate women empowerment through training programs and through promotion of women entrepreneurship using the Vlisco Taylor Academy and the Vlisco Dream Fund that operates across Africa.
The graduates were presented with certificates. Dramani Katura emerged the overall best students.
Bice Osei-Kuffour, popularly known as Obuo, has been retained as the president of the Musica. After the election results were declared, he managed to pull 88 votes, beating Apietis and Jedubli, who pulled 11 and 33 votes respectively. Obuo has promised to keep up the good work he has started and also promised to give a different face to the Musicians' Union of Ghana.
So in the news, look again at our top stories. The Progressive People's Party, PPP, has held its national convention in Takoradi, the Western Regional Capital. Delegates from across the country endorsed elected officers of the party to lead the affairs of the party towards the 2016 general elections.
A sample survey conducted at the Central Market in Kofodia in the Eastern region showed that patronage of palm oil has reduced drastically. Some market women said their daily average sales had reduced. They attributed this to reports that adulterated palm oil with an industrial dye called Sudan 4 is being sold on the market.
And a Russian airliner has crashed in central Sinai, killing all 224 people on board. Egyptian officials have said the Airbus A321 had just left the Red Sea resort of Sharm el-Sheikh, bound for the Russian city of St. Petersburg. Official investigations are underway. That's our package for now. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good evening.